Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new to the channel, I like to once in a while just record a video kind of talking about how I'm feeling about a subject or an idea. And honestly, this is probably going to be one of the heaviest videos that I've done in a while because I came to a realization today and it's been kind of tough for me. If you don't know, I have been on somewhat of a weight loss journey, right? And it's not necessarily a weight loss journey. People call it that, but I think for myself, I was really looking at it as a way to lock in and be more consistent with what I've been doing. And it's not to lose just weight, it's to lose fat, right? So I want to lean out a little bit more. I want to have my muscles show a little bit more. I want to be stronger as well. I want to take care of my nutrition so that I'm not stressing constantly about how I look or how I feel, or just in general, I want to better my life. And I came to the realization today because when I started on this journey, I started at 207 pounds. And in all honesty, I was still training, I was working out, all that stuff on sort of a consistent basis, maybe one or two times a week. But I recently embarked on this journey, maybe about 3 or 4 months now. I've gotten down from 207 to about 196. And I was talking with my coach, and realistically, within the 3 months, losing only about 10 pounds or so, he had mentioned to me that it might be time for me to step my game up. It might be time for me to lock in. And I was hesitant. I was hesitant and just gave him a little pushback and said, you know what, I think I'm okay. I can go at a slower pace. And all of this with the mindset of somehow a couple of things. Number one, that like a caloric deficit or me doing this was going to negatively affect me somehow. And also of the mindset that easy go, easy come, right? Like, oh, okay, if I lose this weight too fast, then it's just going to come back very quickly. And I was stressing. I was worried about it. But I didn't realize why. And after he kind of convinced me, said, hey, listen, give it a shot, because you know what, I'm telling you, the faster you get this done, the faster you take care of this, is the better you're going to feel. I decided to say, let me lock in. And for a few days, I did just that. I cut my calories even more, just by 200 more calories. And I was hitting the macros, heavy protein, and just going in. I also tried to incorporate fasting. I also made sure that my meals were like home cooked and not necessarily anything that might puff me up a little too much. And within a short period of time, I lost weight. And it sounds very funny, right? Because obviously it wasn't that the plan. But yeah, in a short amount of time, comparable to the 3 months that I was pushing, and getting things done, but just at a slower pace because of how many calories I was intaking, or maybe I was having cheat meals here and there and doing things like that, I lost like a solid 4 pounds, and I hit a number on the scale that was way lower. So I went from 196 to 192. And let me tell you the main point of this video right now. I saw the scale and I got scared. Why? Why did I get scared? Like, I was hitting a goal and trying to reach a new realm that I've been working towards, right? So why was I scared? And I paused and I thought about it for a while, and I realized that whether I know it or not, there was a phase, many phases, many influences, many experiences that shaped me into someone that typically strayed away from change. Typically strayed away from making decisions that were going to excel my progression, my goals towards reaching my potential. Like, I came to the realization that the moment I did things like that, I got stressed out. And I didn't quite understand why until I paused for a moment. I also talked to my coach about it, but I paused for a moment, and I had a moment where I decided to think about what led me up to this point. And what leads anyone up to this point, right? Well, usually the decisions we make, the people we're around, the hardships we face, the environment that we are cultivated in. I realized that most of my life, I was seeking neutral. Even though I had a go-getter mindset, even though I wanted to be better, even though I pretended, not necessarily pretended, I did have a mindset of like trying to improve and get stronger and get better and this and that. But even within that, I hid the true potential and the true efforts that needed to be done to get to that true potential. I hid them in fear that I would see change too quickly and somehow suffer because of it. And you'd pause and think, wow, that's kind of crazy. Now, that's if you don't deal with what I deal with. Like, I'm hoping whoever's watching this video at some point can relate to that idea, but if you can't, that's fine. But if you can, I'm making this video because I want you to understand. I saw a positive change and I got anxiety. I got scared. And why? Because I was scared of me. Like, I was scared of my potential. I was scared that doing the things that I knew that I could do, that I should have been doing, that I am doing now, would make things in life change so much. And I'm so used to keeping things the same. I'm so used to trying to not change just for my own well-being, just for survival, just so that I can support those around me in the situations that I was dealt. I kept trying to just stay safe by not changing, to the point where every decision from me being young to now was made in that effort. I became the idea of not wanting to change. I became the idea of fearing that if I did change, and I don't just mean general change, like, hey, let me try this, let me try that. Like, that included, but I'm saying I feared that if I did lock in, even though I knew I could, deep down inside, even in the back of my head, I knew that if I locked in, I could reach the goals that I had set forth for me. And it doesn't just need to be physical, nutritional, any of that stuff. If I had locked in, part of me knew, and still knows, and I'm still fighting it, but part of me knew that I would see change. That I would grow and I would become what I want to be and who I want to be and where I want to go. I would get there. And that terrified me. Because I am so set on trying to stay neutral, to survive, and to manage what I'm dealing with currently, and what I've always dealt with my entire life, whether it wasn't something I directly dealt with, or was something that was going on with my family, or was something that was going on internally, or was something going on with trying to maintain friendships and keep friendships and this and that, yada yada. I was fearful that if I changed too much, even though I knew deep down inside that internally and just what I'm built and made of, like, I could do way, 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 way more. And it's so strange because I've seen people talk about it. I've seen videos about it, like motivational talks. You know, you hear those videos on YouTube and they're like, you can do it. You are just scared. Like, yeah, I didn't realize it, but I was terrified. I am scared of my potential because I'm scared that if that potential comes about, then I will have to deal with change. And change, even though that's a normal, natural part of life, even though that's something that I should be aware that I'm going to have to deal with, change terrifies me. Because for some reason, I guess probably because of my situation, I've trained myself to realize that change makes the handling of certain aspects of my life harder. That realization this morning made me really dive into the thought process and really think about what it was that was on my mind. Why was I scared seeing 192 pounds on that scale? Why? I was shooting for that, wasn't I? Or was I not? Was I self-sabotaging every step of the way because I wanted neutrality? I wanted to be okay. I wanted to not have to face the terrifying fact that I am destined for so much more than I think I am. That that I don't even think I'm not destined. I think I am destined for so much more in so many different ways, in so many different levels, in so many different planes of existence. I think that I can do almost anything, but I'm scared of that idea. I'm scared that if I do go towards doing anything, if I do go towards anything that I think I want to do and pursue it and get better, that with that, something negative is going to happen. And I've trained myself to feel that way. And I've made decisions in my life to not move and not try things and not do this and not do that, just through that fear. So I make this video for the same reason I make pretty much any of my videos. And number one, that's to help people, because if you're going through what I'm going through, maybe the perspective or talking it out may help you. Not everyone seeks therapy. Not everyone looks for a solution or has the support system to get to a solution. So maybe watching my video and hearing me out might help you. Maybe I talk to the camera and talk to you watching me because it helps me. Maybe. I think it's for both, probably. And hey, if I can do that, then that'll be positive. But yeah, today I came to the realization that I'm afraid of my potential. I have always been, and I've trained myself through action and inaction to not take the steps to reach that potential. And I've come to the realization that I no longer want that. I no longer want that. I no longer want to make myself small so that I can keep things in shape. So that my steps, if I were big, don't shake the world around me. And I've decided now, and with you here as my witness, I've decided that I no longer want to stay small. I'm going to be big. I'm going to reach the potential that I seek. I'm going to do the things that it takes to get there. Whether the world quakes and shakes and breaks. Look at me rhyming. Damn, I need to get back to rapping. I used to rap so much too. Shit. Whether the world crumbles around me, in a sense. Obviously, I don't mean to hurt anyone or cause any trouble, so that's not my goal, obviously. But whether the world shakes and moves because of me, I still want to be strong, and I want to be big like how I'm supposed to be big. I want to reach the potential that I have set out for myself, and I want to accomplish all that's in front of me, and I'm going to do that. You are my witness. I promise you I'm going to do that. No longer am I going to try to stay small, to survive, to stay neutral, out of fear for change. Today was a realization that I needed, and I'm thankful for it. And I hope that if you're watching this video and you're going through the same thing as me, and you probably are and you just don't know it, because I didn't know it for the longest. But you are so much more than you think you are. You have the abilities to do so much more than you think you can. So stop holding yourself back. Really think about it. You probably self-sabotage and change your situation and what you do in reaction to situations every single day so that you can avoid change because you're scared, just like me. Now, if you've overcome this, kudos to you. I'm very happy that you've broken past it. But even when you think you've broken past it, that's the weird thing about this. Even when you think you've broken past it, you probably haven't. Not to the level in which you should. You get to decide that, obviously. It's your story, not mine. But for my story, I've decided today to make that change and to continue to make that change and no longer be small for my circumstances. I don't want to wait and set a goal of a time frame that I'm going to do this by, because as soon as that time frame comes, or as soon as that outcome comes, something else pops up, and that's called life. So today, here and now, I'm making the decision to change because I am no longer going to hold myself back for whatever reason I created, because none of it makes sense in the end. I guess there's no, somebody could say, hey, I don't blame you because of whatever is going on around you, whatever the case is, but I blame me. I'm tired of it. I'm not doing it anymore, guys. So thanks for watching this video. If you've seen any of these videos, or if you like any of these videos, a lot of times, like I said, I go in depth into topics, and if you don't like it, that's cool. Just move on to the next video, or dislike it if you want. But I hope at some point this adds value to someone's life, because me doing this right now is adding value to mine too. So knowing that there might even be one person listening to this makes me feel a little bit better. So, and knowing that there's maybe one person that might hear this and it might benefit from it, makes me feel immense happiness.